We can talk trade. We can also talk impeachment, because that's another factor here as well. What is the latest when it comes to a new NAFTA being signed potentially this week? Or is the talk really just that they've come to some kind of agreement and they can get ready to put the wheels in motion for something to be signed in next year?
Well, you kind of outlined it there when you kind of went through all of the steps, potential steps we could go through to maybe get to a deal. It does look like now we've gotten all necessary parties on board with the finalized details for this USMCA deal. Like you said, the new NAFTA. We have broad agreement, it looks like, from officials from Mexico, Canada, and the United States, as well as House Democrats and U.S. labor leaders. Those are all the key constituents that really need to sign off on this. They're checking with their members, with their respective members, and we should have more concrete information by the end of the day today.
So, Anna, when we talk about a lot of the damage that's been done to farmers in the U.S. economy, we tend to blame it all on the U.S.-China trade relationship. But President Trump himself has pointed to USMCA, or the lack of passage of USMCA, as being one of the main culprits for that. How true is that, and what type of, benefit are we going to see to farmers should this deal make it through Congress?
That's a convenient message for the president to kind of put forward, though it's not necessarily true, because NAFTA is still in place. So we're still working under the current NAFTA. This would just be a pretty light overhaul of most of the NAFTA provisions. People have called it a NAFTA 2.0. So the main benefit to farmers and to other people who would be affected by this, including manufacturers, is that it would resolve some of the uncertainty that we've been dealing with since President Trump threatened to pull out of NAFTA during the 2016 campaign. So while there hasn't been a whole lot of damage yet to farmers because of the USMCA deal, getting this resolved by the end of the year, if possible, could give them a lot more certainty going into next year.
Got it. Now, Anne, I want to turn our attention to the impeachment hearing as well, specifically the inquiry, because the House Judiciary Committee is now hearing evidence today. Can you give us some highlights of what we've learned so far?
So far today, we've heard kind of more of the same from a group of staffers from the Judiciary Committee and the Intelligence Committee. It's been a really interesting exchange, because you've seen these committee staff members, who are usually not in the spotlight, kind of going at each other over the details of the evidence we've seen over the past 2 months. So this was important because it was really the last case for Republicans and Democrats to make their case to the American people about why impeachment is either the most necessary response to President Trump's actions, or an overreach that's founded on secondhand information and hearsay, as Republicans would say. After this, we do expect to see articles of impeachment, and that's going to be where we really start seeing some of the political consequences from this process.